Buffalo at Indiana. Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a 4-point dog. This has moved in the Colts' direction. Not entirely surprised. This feels like a buy low, sell high scenario, right? The Colts looked truly awful against the Vikings. The Bills overcame a lot of mistakes.
Preach it, Chad. Keep
Had to
going.
play to win a tough divisional game against the Finns. They've got a 95% chance to lock up the division. The Colts are a covering machine. Third best in the NFL, 4-0 at home. I don't want to take the Colts, but I feel like I have to take the Colts.
No one wants to take the Colts. You have to take the Colts, people. This is what this show is all about. It sucks. I hate it too. This was going to be what Simon Says, honestly. It's like,
Oh, was it really?
yeah, and it's a brutal. I get it. This is so brutal for listeners out there. There's a couple 4.5s. If you can shop around, please take the Colts 4.5. This is such going to be a close, ugly game where people are going to be like, how did they cover that number? Like we talk all the time. You just play the number here. I have this at 3.5. I've talked to a couple of pros who think this should be 3. So, again, I'm a little higher than most on this Bills team. I just really love what Josh Allen's done with them. And the Colts team is such a great buy low. Like we just said, their offense on national television couldn't get the ball inside the 20 for an entire game. Like, this is such a bounce back spot. So I think the last time they played, is a crazy memory. I think me and you had bet the Colts plus 3.5. Oh, no, that was last week. Never mind. I was thinking back to that Thanksgiving game. We were up 30 points with a 3.5 spread with the Colts, and the Vikings came all the way back. And
that was actually a year ago this past week.
That was crazy. But that has nothing to do with this game. But yeah, I like the Colts here. And the biggest thing to me is just the run game. Like we saw last week against that Vikings team, it really did fall on Flacco. He just wasn't completing passes. If he does that again, obviously we're dead in the water. But I still think their run team can move the ball, and that seems like that's the Bills' weakness. I mean, HN, everyone in Miami, I think they rushed for 130 or 140. It just seems like that's the Bills' weakness, like pretty noticeably on defense this year.
Yeah, and look, what we've said a lot this year is when we've bet these bad teams, we're looking for sort of some kind of edge in one unit over the other. And there is a clear distinction between the Colts run blocking scheme. Forget about this past week against a incredibly good Vikings defense. That is not who they're playing this weekend against the Bills. They have a clear edge in the run blocking scheme. So, especially as a run blocking offensive line. So, all right.